Hey everybody. I have tried filming this video like 4 times. People keep calling me. We're gonna try to get this over this for now. Anyway, I have some exciting news and some updates for you guys, and I'm excited. Things are really going my way right now. So fingers crossed, knock on wood, life won't fuck that shit up. So I think I told you guys about calling the school that I'm applying to and that I'm going to go to in the spring, and asking about the student dorm life situation. And if I didn't, I think I told you guys, I can't remember, but if I didn't, what happened was the school that I'm going to, it's not a co-ed dorm, so meaning that they would put me in a dorm with men because my sex is male. According to them. So that's awkward. And so I called the head of Resident Life, and I left him several messages. He finally called me back this morning, and that's the only thing I have left that's really freaking me out that I'm worried about, is the dorm part. And so he called me back this morning, and he asked me a few questions, asked me to explain a little bit more, and asked if I had any surgeries, or if I had how long I'd been living like this, had to have legal documentation changed, that kind of thing. And I've had all of my legal documentation changed, and I told him that outside of my social security number, the social security, the name on it, that'll be changed in about a month or so. I'm gonna wait for my taxes to go through and everything, and then I'll change that, and there'll be no more issues. So that's exciting. And I think that's the last thing that needs to be changed legally. And so we talked about that a little bit, and I explained some of the details, and he asked me a few questions, and then he was like, he seemed to know kind of somewhat what he was talking about, which was pretty exciting, because he used correct terminology, was very, very polite, super, super nice. And so this has never happened before. They've had to figure out where a trans student was going to stay. So this was really exciting, because for one, I got really paranoid thinking they're going to put me in a male dorm or something like that. And so we talked a little bit, and he was like, is there someone here that you want a room with? And I was like, no, there's no one that I know that lives in a dorm there. So there's no one I want to live with. And I was like, I've heard that there's an option for single person housing where I can get a dorm myself. He's like, we do have a few of those dorms open, if you want to do that. And he's like, I have another option though, and I think you might really like it. And I was like, okay. He's like, I'm just assuming because we hadn't really talked about too many of the logistics, like bathroom sharing and things like that. But he was like, in one of the dorm halls, it's a female dorm hall. And when you walk in the front doors, to the left and the right is where the students stay. And in the middle, there are apartments for staff. And apparently one of the apartments is open. It's vacant. There's no staff staying there. So he offered me that apartment. And he said you could stay there. You'd have your own private bathroom. I'd literally have my own apartment on school campus, which is so cool. And so that seems like it's going to be the best option. But he's going to talk to the accountant and talk to their director, and see what they say about what it would cost, for the housing costs, what it would cost for me to stay there. And all the same rules would still apply, which is fine. I don't have any problem with that. But I'm required to stay in the dorm for a year, for my first year, my freshman year. So that's awkward. So they're gonna have to bend some things for me to go, and that's fine. They were super, super polite. He was so nice. He said he's gonna call me coming up this week, so probably Wednesday or so, and let me know some more information. So that's really exciting. And I'm super, super thrilled. I can't even wait. And yeah, so that's going well. And I will let you guys know as soon as I hear some more about that. And then I'm really hungover today. Switching topics to party mode. I'm really hungover. I drank a big bottle of vodka. I have an empty version of one. People are texting me. Let's see. This is basically what I drank last night. I drank this part, that's probably what's left in the bottle. It's on the other side of the room, so I'm not going to get it. This is really dusty. But anyway, so yeah, I got really drunk last night. I went to a little party with a couple friends and hung out. We played beer pong, and we smoked hookah, and I had a great time. We had so much fun. And some random guy grabbed my ass. It was a good night. It was a pretty good night. And I busted my knee up. I'll show you guys. We went to Waffle House really late. And decided that it was a good idea to go to Waffle House 3 o'clock in the morning. So I fell, and you can see where where I really fucked up my knee. It was really slow motion too. I mean, it's not like a huge, it's about the size of my tip of my finger, but it hurts pretty bad. And you can, I don't know if you guys can tell, right there, that's blood from where I fell, and right there is where it scraped. So that's exciting. And it was so ridiculous, because we get to Waffle House, it's 3 o'clock in the morning, there's no one there, and there was 5 of us. And so we walk in, and our sober, my friend Katie, our DD, she was pissed because we are loud as fuck, obnoxious as anything. And I mean, it was just fun though. Like, I just go, I relaxed, I just had a really good time. And but she was just so mad about it. And so she goes inside to go ahead and order food and stuff. And so we're outside smoking, and we were finishing a drink that we had. And so we're just hanging out or whatever. And I went to step. Okay, so there's like the little sidewalk around the restaurant, and then there's it drops down to pavement, and then there's one of those little parking block things. You pull into a parking spot, and there's these little blocks there sometimes that stop you from going further. One of those things. A curb, is that what it's called? A little curb? I don't know. The little what shape is that? It's like a rectangle, but then it looks like a house. Like when you draw a little house as a kid, it was like the little roof and kind of like that, Anyway, regardless. So I went to step from, there's probably this much distance between the ground, or from the sidewalk and the little block thing. So I went to step from the sidewalk to the block, and when I stepped on with my right leg and stepped on the block, and my right leg gave out, apparently, and I just tumbled forwards. And, I mean, it was so slow motion. Like, as I was falling, I was looking up at everyone around me, and I'm, falling down, and I'm just, watching their faces, go higher and higher. And, I just hit the ground, fucking just flat, right in the ground. And, of course, they erupted into laughter. I was embarrassed as fuck, but I laughed my ass off. And, I just got up, and every time there was this guy there, and he's really into my friend that I went with, and, my friend Stephanie, and so, they're outside, and, he made some comment. He's like, remember when you just fell? And I just went up and I decked him, and I just punched him. Ow. I just punched him, and, then he just was like, whatever, and yeah, it was just fun. It was just fun, and, yeah, it was a lot of fun, but, now I want to get a hookah really bad, but, anyway, that was my night. I had a really good night, and, it was really fun. I'm excited for when I move and get to go to college and stuff. I can party more and do more fun stuff and live up that life and shit. So yeah, that's be exciting. But anyway, I think that's all I really had to talk about. But I will definitely let you guys know, and when I learn some more. I'm so excited. And also, if I'm living alone, I could still make videos and stuff and let you guys know what's going on in my college life. Because I'd be far too embarrassed to be like, hi, dorm buddy, I'm going to make a video real quick, you cool? That'd be awkward. So, I don't even like to make videos if even anyone's at the house. Like, my roommate's here, and we're not even, in the same room. I'm just like, ah. So, it'll be cool. But anyway, I'm gonna go. Also, next week, I'm gonna start doing the Master Cleanse. And if you guys don't know what it is, you can Google it or YouTube it. There's a lot of videos on it on YouTube. And, so I'm gonna do that. I'm probably gonna start posting some videos of that. And show you, full body shots and stuff, because I won't get skinny off of it. But, yeah, you guys should look it up. And it's, you can lose a rather significant amount of weight doing it. So I'm gonna check that shit out, and you guys can see, because if it works on me, then it'll work on anyone. But from what it looks like, you lose a pound a day from it, but it's essentially a fast, and but it's really a cleanse. You're cleaning your whole body out and of all the toxins and everything, so it's exciting. But yeah, anyway, I have nothing left to say, so I'm gonna go and take my hungover ass to go play games. Alright, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.